So we have two agenda items. And first one, I have a question, Andrea. It's
Yes.
on the agenda continued, but we took action on their application. So I believe
That is correct.
Okay, good.
That is correct. It actually is a new application.
Okay, great.
For Mr. Benoit. Yeah.
Yep. All right, great. So we have a new application, Bill Benoit, 38 North Street, and then we have a agenda item for non-compliance. We don't have an application at this point, correct, Andrea?
Correct.
Great. So that is a discussion tonight. That's not something we'll be taking action on. So for both agenda items, looks like we have myself, Justin, Carol, Catherine, and
we are, let's see, we're missing Eric tonight.
Okay. So
Dan, we can't see you.
That's intentional.
Oh, you have a black eye or something?
Do you have a bad hair day?
No, I'm remote at the moment, and knowing that we had a short agenda, I'm taking this from my car.
All right.
So,
okay.
So I mean, I could turn my camera on, but it's gonna be very dark.
I don't want to see it.
That's fine. That's fine.
It's in the witness protection
program. That it is me, but that's all you're getting.
Yeah.
Witness protection working.
It definitely sounds like Dan.
Both agenda items are going to be myself, Justin, Catherine, and Carol. And I see you right in front of me. So, Josh, would you mind being the alternate member? Great, thank you. All right, so first agenda item is something that we've seen recently. It was for a balcony over an existing roof. We previously reviewed it and approved it, and my understanding is that the applicant is back before us because they've kind of started getting into it a little bit, and I think they wanted to take us up on one of the suggestions, which was to go bigger. So I'll let Bill, do you have something to present?
Just I guess verbally, if you will, yes. I mean, I think Al Kearney, who can't make it tonight, had submitted some things to Andrea, as far as the revised drawings and so forth. And yes, I fall on my sword. I should have listened to you and made it bigger from the get-go.
Sorry, that's my fault.
It's my fault completely. But
before we get too far, then, Andrea, do you have those drawings? Can you send them to me and I'll pull them up?
I did. I have sent them out. So you probably should have them.
Also, I wasn't here for that meeting, so I think I might have to be not uploading. Yeah.
Oh no,
it doesn't. That's why I asked that. That's
new
why
application.
I asked that question.
Totally new.
It's not a continuance, so that's why I clarified that at the start.
Great. Okay, thank you.
Yep. Andrew, you said you sent them already?
Must have been yesterday or the day before.
Nope. I got them.
Good.
So, can you let me share my screen?
Yes.
Great. All right. Sorry about that, Bill.
No worries.
Add this up. Okay. So this is what we had previously, the existing. I'll let you just talk through it.
Okay. Yep. That'd be great. Thank you. So good evening, everybody. And so essentially, what this is, as you see in that photo, is to put a balcony off the second floor that would sit on top, as you see in this drawing, sit on top of the existing roof. And essentially, I understand it's any questions proceeding, please let me know. But we had originally had designed it such where it was 7.5 by 12.5 feet. I just wanted to keep it sort of keep it small. And and again, I should have listened to the ideas to make it bigger from the get-go. And what happened was when Al Kearney and all went to the engineers to do the engineering for the deck, because it wasn't going to essentially the ends of the roof, so they couldn't do what they call post down. They wanted to basically rip that roof, which is a couple of years old now at this point, rip that roof off, rip out the spray foam that's in there, and it's the closed cell, which I presume you're probably familiar with that stuff. It's like chipping out concrete, and it would sort of destroy the whole sort of environmental seal we have in place there, with that type of insulation. So rather than do that, we went back and said, okay, let's actually take it to the ends of the roof so they can do what's called post down. So there's adequate support without having to rip the roof open. Essentially, what they'll do is they'll come down the two edges, but still still kept at the same depth. I don't want to make it any bigger than that. Still 7.5 feet, and so the new total size now is still the 7.5 foot depth. The width now is actually 21. It's 21.7 is actually the exact dimension, which works out to 162 square feet, which with my simple math is as far as just like a visual, if you will, it's the equivalent of about a 12.5 by 13 deck or balcony rather. So it's still pretty moderate size, and again it's just strictly to not tear open the roof to make it small. And that's everything else is identical, with the drawings. That's and so forth in the construction. That's the sole change is to make it wide enough to get to the ends of the roof.
You don't have a sketch of that, what it'll look like from outside?
Yes,
I'm sorry.
there is one.
Isn't that page 3? There, right.
So the previous balcony was only halfway across the roof of the porch, is that?
Yes, essentially what happened was the previous balcony, the width was, I just want to make sure I have this straight, was 12.5 feet. So that was sort of sitting in the middle of the roof. So it was short both ends, if you will. And so now what we're doing is extending the ends, as you see in this drawing. That's great, whoever's doing that. Thank you. So rather than it sitting sort of in the middle like that, it's going to run to the ends. I guess the good part is you'll see a little bit less of the roof shingles, which although it's the back of the building, it's still aesthetically will probably look a little bit better like that too.
So what we're looking at now is the 12.5 feet long?
That what you're looking at right there actually is the 21 feet.
Oh, that is the 21. Okay.
Correct. Yeah, and again, same depth. Still, it's just the 7.5 depth instead of the 12. It's the 21. So,
Bill, one question I had, and I couldn't remember, and I apologize for not going back and looking at the old plans.
of course.
The door. Did you move the door? Keep the door? Where is it? Can you just remind me?
Yeah, the door's staying right where it is. As a matter of fact, what sort of happened was we put the door in. We started doing that, and then when the engineers came back with it's I understand what they're doing. They're just extremely overcautious about engineering anything up that's on a second floor, and I highly respect that. I mean, I had a niece who actually fell off a balcony that failed, and so.
Okay,
Yes.
so the windows, the materials, the doors, all that stays the same. So it's what's different is just continuing, before it returned probably somewhere about here.
Right.
And now it's going to the end. Okay.
Right. So that's not. It's adding 9 feet of length between those both sides to get it to the support it needs on the ends there to do again what's called post down.
Okay. I'm just going to go through. Justin, do you have any comments or questions?
I don't. I think it looks like an appropriate application.
Thank you.
Carol, any questions or comments?
No, I agree. I think it looks fine.
Catherine, anything?
I agree. I think it's an improvement.
Oh, great. Thank you.
Marianne, do you want to add anything?
I agree. I think anything for safety is a well-deserved improvement.
Thank you.
Great. Josh, do you have anything?
No concerns.
Thank you.
I think that's everybody. Any abutters? Okay. I don't have any comments. Bill, I appreciate you coming in and presenting it. I apologize to my fellow committee members for not drafting any motions for tonight, but hopefully somebody would be willing to offer up a motion.
Why don't I try that? I'd like to make a motion for a certificate of appropriateness for 38 North Street to construct a 7-foot 6-inch wide by 22-foot long balcony above existing roof according to drawings dated, looking for the date on here, it looks like 10/25/23. Is
Yep.
that correct?
Yep.
That's my motion.
Is there a second?
Second.
Carol seconds it. Any discussion? No? Catherine, how do you vote?
Aye.
Josh, how do you vote?
Aye.
Justin, how do you vote?
Aye.
Carol?
Aye.
It's an aye for me, so it votes passes unanimously. Andrea will get you a certificate, and you're on your way.
Great. Thank you all very much. Thank you,
Oh,
Andrew, and hope you have
thank
some
you.
great Thanksgiving.
You
Oh,
too. Thank you
you
very
as well.
much.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Good night.
Bye-bye.
So I have it at 6:43, so unfortunately we have to wait 2 minutes to start our next agenda item. So we can,
Well, Justin, do you
Well,
have,
I told the baker's dozen story before most.
no, you haven't.
Well, I'll go ahead and
oh,
retell
you
it for some.
missed it.
You missed it. It was very early. I forget why we were talking about baker's dozen, but you know how baker's dozen is actually 13. It comes from a law that was passed in England for some, I forget why reason. Somebody had a very terrible bread incident, apparently.
Oh.
Bakers selling light dozens and loaves. And I'm assuming it was a king at the time who passed a law saying that giving the death penalty for bakers selling short dozens. There are only 11 muffins there. And so bakers took it upon themselves to say, I'm going to put a 13th in there, just, so the king doesn't hang me.
Wow.
So they
Who knew?
miscounted to 13 or to 12.
Yeah, it's just that extra
messed it
bit
up.
of comfort, sleep better at night.
Wow. That is really fascinating. Who knew? Well, let's see.
Okay, 6:45.
Yay.
so-
Okay. Thank you.
All right, so next agenda item is John and Claire Farrell, 151 Levitt Street in the Hingham Central Local Historic District. This was brought forward to us as non-compliance within the Historic District regulation. It is a wall that is being constructed where there was no application. So what I was hoping to do tonight is, we're not taking action on this. I see that we have, I believe, Mr. Farrell with us tonight. Looking to just have a discussion to understand what's going on with the wall, what the planning, what the thought was, and then I'd like them to submit an application to Andrea, and we can put it on the next agenda item. I'm also thinking that it would be beneficial, Andrea, to schedule a site visit out there so we can see it, since it's actually constructed between now and our next meeting. So I don't want to go too far into this tonight and comment on, the wall itself. We don't technically have an application. I think I want to just hear from the applicant and then get their application and understand where we're at tonight. So we can start there. Mr. Farrell, I do have photos that I can share if you want to discuss it or however you want to go, but it'd be good to just get an understanding of, you know, where you're at, how you got here, and what your plan was.
Good evening. My name is John Farrell. I'm known as Sean Farrell to a lot of people. I own the house at 151 Levitt Street. 8 years ago, I went to the historical department when I built my house. And then when I figured out they wanted a fieldstone wall and everything they wanted, and I did exactly what they asked. So when I saved up enough money, I called the building department, see do I need a permit to build a landscape wall. And someone on the 28th of September, they told me there was no permit needed as long as it's not a structural wall. So then I continued building. I started building the wall with the fieldstone, same as I have on my chimney. And I didn't think I was doing anything wrong. So that's where we're at now until I got the letter on Monday. So basically, I didn't know I was doing anything wrong. I was matching what is on my chimney, which is a fieldstone wall. So after that, I don't know what to do.
Gotcha. Okay. That's helpful to understand how we got to where we are today. Can you do me a favor and just describe what the overall project intent was with the wall? Just a summary of what kind, you know, the wall construction, and, you know, is what we see basically done at this point? Is there more to it?
No, the wall is finished. I finished the wall last Saturday. And I just got my letter on Monday morning, and then I called the historic department straight away, and then set up this meeting tonight. But the wall is finished, and it's 1 foot in on my property. The white post that's in front, I'm going through the public works department to get them removed. They didn't give me the final okay to remove those yet. So that's why you see the white concrete posts, they're still there. Yep. Because they said that I forget the guy's name. He was in Europe last week watching the Patriots game, and he's not back to make the decision.
Was that Randy?
Randy, yes.
Yeah.
So okay. He wasn't back to make the decision to pull these out yet. So I'm waiting for him to give me the okay to remove those white posts.
Okay. And so it comes along your property line, goes back down your driveway. Any intent for a gate?
No gates.
Okay. Okay.
My wife and my daughter does not want any gates.
Okay. So just the lighting, the wall, and that's a true fieldstone construction.
It's all fieldstone. It's not even the what do you call it, the veneer stone. It's real stone.
Mr. Chairman.
Yeah.
I just want to add, when I spoke with Mr. Farrell the other day, I did mention to him that the reason this came to our attention is because we did have some concerns expressed from some of the neighbors. And if I can lay those out, one of the things was they were just concerned that maybe the wall was a little too fancy for the neighborhood. The second thing was the lighting on the wall, not the lighting on the driveway, but the lighting on the wall they felt was a little bit disturbing, I guess. They thought it was too bright. And so that's primarily how I got involved. And then have you also done some work to the, I know you've put some lights on the driveway, but also what about the apron? You put an apron in on the driveway, is that correct, Mr. Farrell?
Yeah, I did a cobblestone apron from the piers to my property line. And that's all cobblestone. And there's actually lights on the trees going up and down the driveway. But the lights on the pillars, there's 3 different shades of covers you can put on them to make a lower, what's the word for it? To dim it down better. So, and that's what if you want me to do that, I'll be happy to do that.
Okay.
I have a quick question.
Yep.
Is that okay? You are in a historic district, but this is a brand new house that you've had built?
Yes, I built it 8 years ago.
It's not an old house,
Oh, no.
but you're in a historic neighborhood. And did you have a chance to look at any of the restrictions that go in a historic neighborhood? Did you see the copy of what we allow and don't allow?
Not since I went to the meeting back in 2015 when I got the permit for the house. It's the fieldstone they didn't want any fancy, different kind of stone. So that's why I built the wall with fieldstone.
Mm-hmm.
To match if you look at my chimney, my chimney costs over $100,000 and it's all done with fieldstone.
Beautiful, yeah.
So, and the wall costs nearly $200,000. So it's a lot of money put into it. And plus I pay a lot of taxes down there. So
I bet.
it's not I'm only trying to make the neighborhood a bit better. That's all.
Andrea, do we know if that wall was part of the original?
That's what I'm wondering.
Was it part of the original approval? No. It was, Mr. Farrell talked about an intention possibly to put a fieldstone wall there, but it was not part of the original approval. The approval was specifically for the house.
But before I started, I did call the building department. I can't remember the gentleman I spoke to on the 28th of September. And I asked him, did I need permits to build this wall? And he said to me, as long as you're on your property, which I got my property surveyed, and then the town of Hingham came out and surveyed my property as well to make sure I'm on my property. I'm over a foot and a half in on my property with my wall. So,
and Mr. Farrell, I believe they also asked you, is it a landscaping wall
yes,
or a retaining wall?
And I said it was a landscaping wall.
And therefore you needed no permit from the building department.
Correct.
I'm kind of surprised that whoever you talked to in the building department didn't tell you to call Andrea, since you're in a historic district. Maybe they didn't realize that.
He said to me, what kind of wall you're building? And I said, I'm building a fieldstone wall and match what I had to put on my chimney.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, okay. So
Wish you'd gotten his name.
I can't remember the gentleman's name.
I know.
This is my first time doing Zoom, so I'm nervous as it is here.
Oh, don't be.
But
we're loving your accent.
I'd be happy to go through to file the application and whatever I needed to do if I hadn't known I needed to do it, because I didn't match what I had in the house. So
yeah, so this is where it gets fixed with relying, calling the building department, unless they pull up the address and know that it's in the historic district, they may not know to say that. So it goes back to our old comment of how do we make sure that people remember that they're historic district and know to come reach out with us. I mean, it's tricky, but especially with a new house in a district, right? So
I think also had a permit been required, then Mr. Farrell would have been referred to our office.
Yeah, it would automatically have kicked in. So.
Yes, it would have.
Are there? So I think the next steps. I'd like to get an application in describing the wall, just so we can officially have that. Get a site visit scheduled, and then we can go from there. And then I don't know, do any other commission members have any immediate questions, comments, concerns with this process?
That seems like a reasonable set of next steps.
Yeah. Although Dave, I must say, I'm not sure a site visit is needed. If you drive down there, which I did today, you get a whole good look at the whole thing. It's right there on the road.
Yeah, I just think it's best to do a site visit that's official. That's documented that we did go and see it. I think would be in the best. Not, certainly if you've already seen it, you don't have to come. But I'd like to have that.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd be happy to meet you guys there any day.
Would it be useful also, I think, as I was driving down the road down Levitt, I noticed a bunch of other stone walls, and it would be helpful to have the map on where the historic district begins and ends.
Yes, I will tell you that and I was attempting to do that because Mr. Farrell asked me the same thing. And I've had some difficulty getting the map contained. There is a map on the Historic Districts Commission website. It is the extension of the Hingham Center Historic District. There is also in your handbooks at the end, there is also a map of the extension of the district. And but that doesn't help Mr. Farrell. Mr. Farrell, there are two lots beyond yours on your side of the street that are in the district. And on the other side of the street, it stops at Troop 1 at the Boy Scout house. But I can get that for you, Catherine.
This would be helpful to see.
Okay. So we will officially put this on.
Oh, lost you, Daniel.
We'll have this as an agenda item at our next meeting, and Mr. Farrell will submit an application in the time being.
Okay, and so, Mr. Farrell, I'll talk with you about what you need to do and also to coordinate a site visit. We make our site visits on Saturday mornings.
No problem.
Okay.
So whatever day you guys want to make it, I'll meet you there.
Okay, I'll poll the group and see whenever people are available.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks, everybody. Thanks, thanks, Sean.
Okay. Thank you. Have a good night.
All right, you too.
Thank you.
Okay. Meeting minutes.
I know Justin. read them.
I mentioned my only discrepancy already. Otherwise, the meetings look good to me.
They do look good. Nice job.
Beautiful minutes, actually.
That's our Robin. She does beautiful men. Robin, there's in answer to your question, there will be a video of tonight's meeting, which I will send to you.
Oh, no. I was sorry, that was for the other committee, the other commission.
Oh, there
That-
is. I did send you that video, I believe.
You sent me the notes.
It was would have been the day
wait a minute.
before yesterday.
Okay, I'll look for it.
Okay,
Thank
if
you.
not, I'll send it to you again.
Okay, thank you.
Yep. So that was for was that October or September? What did I send out?
Let's-
For-
They were.
Wait a minute.
September
We have
21st.
September,
Okay, September and October. Yes.
That's right.
so any comments on the September 21st meeting minutes?
No?
Is there any interest in making a motion to adopt the meeting minutes as presented?
Should we do them together?
I think there's edit on the other one, so we'll do them separate.
Oh,
Carol, make the motion.
well, I have moved that we approve the minutes of September 21st, 2023 meeting. As
That's
written.
good. As written.
So these, actually, I made a mistake. I got them backwards. It's the September 21st one. I got them backwards. Everybody hear me?
Yeah, we
Yeah.
can hear you.
September 21st meeting minutes are the ones that need to be revised. Brosco is spelled BRO, not BRA.
Oh, yes, right.
I
Okay.
wasn't,
That one.
As amended.
Mary Ann?
As
present at that meeting, even though it says,
Oh, it's.
Okay, so we'll take you off.
All right, so two edits, Marianne as being absent, and then Brosco spelled BR.
Yeah. Justin and I went back and forth and we determined, wasn't Donnie Brasco he was a mob guy and
Yeah.
one of the
Godfather or
movies.
something.
But of course, you know,
He was
Is there a second amendment?
framed.
I got framed.
yeah, right.
Was there-
Do I
so
make
Carol
these
made the motion.
changes? So,
Yes, please.
I'll take care of
Robin.
it. Thank you, Robin. I'll take
Okay.
care of it.
So we have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
All right, Justin. Any discussion? All right, Justin, how do you vote?
Aye.
Carol,
Aye.
Catherine,
Aye.
and Josh.
Josh,
Aye.
That's an aye for me.
so they're approved as amended.
Great.
And can I offer a motion to approve the minutes of the Historic District Commission meeting on October 19th, 2023 as presented?
Seconded.
Is there a second? Is there any discussion? Carol, how do you vote?
Aye.
Catherine,
Aye.
Justin,
Aye.
Josh,
Aye.
Marianne,
Aye.
and it's an aye for me. Great, they passed.
Yay! Okay,
right.
everyone.
So can I move to adjourn?
I would take a motion to. I would be happy for a motion to adjourn.
I'll make
All
that
right.
motion.
I
Seconded.
can't believe you
All right.
did this while you're driving.
I know. I'm worried.
I'm not
he's
driving.
gonna-
I'm parked over
Oh,
by
good.
Derby. I'm driving while doing.
We're
this
waiting to
meeting.
hear a
I
crash.
thought, boy, wow, talk about ambidextrous.
No, I am officially parked. So, all
Yay.
right. So motion to adjourn. Justin,
Aye.
Catherine,
Aye.
Josh,
Aye.
Carol,
Aye.
aye for me. So thank you, everybody.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Awesome.
And
Good
happy
night.
Thanksgiving.
Thank you,
Happy
Robin.
Thanksgiving, everyone.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Have a gobble.
Yes.
All right, so Robin, let me know if you don't have that
I
recording.
okay, I will. Thank you so much.
Okay,
to-
thank you.
Talk to you later.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.
Good night, Carol and Mary.
Good
Ann.
Yay.